Pam param, pam pam param, pam param.
What's going on, all you beautiful and sexy people? This is Manufactured Opinion here, bringing you another Witcher 3 video. And today we're going to get some new armor and some new swords, and there's a few ways that we can do that. It is called the Griffin armor and the Griffin swords. You will have to be level 7 for the swords, level 8 for the armor. And like I said, there's a few ways that you can go about doing this quest. Essentially, you can roll up to any one of the locations I'm going to show you throughout this video, pick up one of the diagrams, whether it be a sword diagram or an armor diagram, and it will automatically update your quest log with the Griffin armor scavenger hunt. Now, the way I started the quest is I went into Novigrad, found one of these armors. He was selling a map. I bought the map because it looked interesting. Once I read the map, it updated my quest journal with the scavenger hunt. So there's numerous ways you can go about doing this quest. So if your intention is to follow this guide step by step, what you're going to want to do is read that map that we picked up off of the armor, and like I said, that will show you the location of the armor schematics for the Griffin armor. It is at a location, or they are at a location called Dragon Slayer's Grotto, which is essentially on the opposite end of the map from where the armorer is. And besides the armor schematics, there's really only one important thing that you need to keep in mind in this area, and that is make sure that you loot the wraiths, because they drop a very important ingredient that we will need for the Griffin gauntlets when we are crafting them, and that is Spectre Dust. And the reason the Spectre Dust is important, at least for me, my playthrough, I didn't have any of this when I went to go craft the Griffin gauntlets, and that is powdered monster tissue, I believe it's called. And if you actually bring the Spectre Dust, which the wraiths drop, to an armor or to a blacksmith and dismantle it, you can actually turn it into powdered monster tissue for the Griffin gauntlets. I don't believe any other piece of armor actually needs that powdered monster tissue. You will need meteorite ores, and I believe meteorite plates. I'm just gonna... Meteorite ore, yeah, you're gonna need one meteorite ore for the gauntlets. You're going to need... I'm just fast forwarding through my video here. You're gonna need one meteorite ore for the trousers. I love how they call them trousers. Reminds me of Trouser Snake. And yeah, they're the trousers. You are going to need a shirt. I have all this at the end of the video, which is coming up in like 2 seconds, or 10 minutes, whatever. You're going to need a shirt as well for the Griffin armor, which you can get off the armorer we bought the map off of. And then I believe you're going to need a meteorite plate. All this stuff you probably picked up coming from White Orchard, doing side quests when you reached Velen and all that kind of stuff. So you should have everything. The only thing, like I said, I didn't have was that powdered monster tissue. That's why I feel looting the wraiths is so important, which you probably would have done anyways, but maybe you didn't know that you could dismantle the Spectre Dust into powdered monster tissue. So as I've been blabbing about all of this powdered monster tissue and everything you need for the armor, I've been running through this dungeon, killing some wraiths. You're going to knock down a secret wall, kill some more wraiths, run through some poisonous gas, and then jump over a wall, or you can destroy the wall. I choose to jump over it because I'm pretty sure it affects the durability of your sword. And then you're going to fight this vampire. It's called a Ekinamara. Ekinamara. I call it a vampire because you pick up vampire fangs off of the dead body once you kill it. It's a pretty simple fight. I was level 7 here. You could probably do it at level 6 with some careful planning and some potions. We need potions, master. And then the armor is right next to the vampire. Pick that up, or the armor schematics, I should say. We also got a journal there. Make sure that you read that to get the other 2 locations of the silver sword and the steel sword. And if you've got through the main quest, or if you've progressed far enough into the main quest, you can actually open up this little secret exit and get some pretty damn cool scenery in my mind. You actually can see a wyvern down there as well. And then we are going to go on to the sword locations, I guess. That's what the video is telling me, so that's what we'll do. So like I said at the beginning of the video, you can show up at any one of these locations and start this quest. You don't need to go to the armor I showed at the beginning of the video and pick up the map first to make all this stuff appear. If you happen to be running by any one of these locations while you're doing a side quest or you're exploring, then by all means go ahead and pick that up when you get there. I mean, there isn't anything too special to do once you get to these locations. They're pretty linear dungeons. The only trouble you might run into is in the last location I'm going to show you here, which has a wyvern, a level 14 wyvern, which you can actually bypass with a little bit of trickery, which I'll show you. I actually killed the wyvern in my main playthrough, and the damn beast didn't drop anything. I was actually really pissed off. I had to repair my sword like twice during the fight because I was like level 7 when I was fighting it. So it did a lot of damage to my sword. So like I said, I had to repair it a couple of times, and it wasn't worth it because the damn douche didn't drop me anything. So it might be different from you. I'm getting different reports of different things dropping from different enemies and different stuff popping out of different chests. So I think it's pretty much all random. Not too sure if there's any way to manipulate it as of yet, but just something to keep in mind. So this location at the Hindhold will get you the steel sword, the Griffin steel sword diagram. All you have to do is fight some shikakas and then some harpies. Herpes master! Snow herpes! Fight through those. Like I said, pretty linear. At the top you'll find your steel sword schematic. And then this final location, I believe it's called the let's see what it's called, the Lorn Ruck. There is a way that you can jump across and scale the rocks. I believe I haven't been able to do it every time I try, which you'll see coming up here in 2 seconds. I just fail and almost kill myself. If you can't do the parkour, which you probably can, I just stopped sprinting and just jumped off the bridge. These are things you come to expect from Manufactured Opinion. There is another location that you can get into the castle from, or the little broken down ruins. There is a cave underwater. Just watch out for the drowners. You can shoot them with your crossbow underwater, which is pretty damn cool. I thought there was no way to actually kill enemies underwater. But you learn something new every day as I get smacked in the face by Aquaman over here. Yeah, so all you do is swim through the little secret entrance, you know, go through a cave, climb up a ladder, and then you'll get to a point where the wyvern starts to attack you. Now, before you engage the wyvern, I recommend saving, because there is a way to trick it into landing on the other side of the bridge so you don't have to deal with it. Then you can just run to the location of the silver sword diagram and you won't even have to fight it, which obviously is pretty sweet if you're at a low level and want to get this out of the way. Even at level 7, which I did kill it, but like I said, it took me a while. I had to repair my swords a couple times and it wasn't really worth it. So if you just want to avoid the fight altogether, save before and then follow what I'm about to do here. It's pretty simple strategy. So all this strategy really entails is just running out the door, which you'll see coming up here in a second to give you some context. Kind of running around a little bit until the wyvern engages or aggroes you. And then you want to kind of run up against the bridge so it kind of circles around and tries its like swooping, try to claw you in the ass attack. And then what it will actually do is hit the bridge, because the bridge is up. It'll actually have a worse parkour fail than I had trying to do the rock climbing. It'll hit the bridge and it'll just kind of land there and stay there for a little while, giving you enough time to climb up the ladder where the silver sword diagram is, picking that up and then running away. Just make sure that you do it, you know, pretty fast, because it'll start flying around again and it'll actually go up where the diagram is and start fighting you. If you want to kill it, then, you know, you can just kill it. You don't really need to try and invade it, obviously, or evade it, obviously. Or you can just try to run and escape like I do, like a derp. But I mean, this is probably the hardest part of this whole quest, and, you know, looking at what you get, The armor is pretty damn good. What you get for the amount of time and the resources is, I mean, it's a pretty damn good reward. Like I said, this is probably the most difficult part you're gonna encounter. Maybe getting the crafting materials as well. For the swords, you need monster's eyes. I believe you get 2 off killing the Griffin, so hopefully you didn't sell those. I also had some Necker eyes in my inventory, which I was able to dismantle into monster eyes, so I had enough. I mean, then the other resources you need, or the other crafting items you need, are just steel ingots and silver ingots, which you can find at any blacksmith or armorer in the game, really. Those resources are pretty easy to come by. But anyways, the rest of this video is me just derping around in the menus, showing you the resources, items you need to craft each specific piece of gear, including the weapons. Maybe useless to some people. You know the location and everything. You'll figure everything out at the end of the video, or once you get everything. But for people that like to plan and stuff, I kept it in just to show you, and then you can see what the armor and the swords look like at the end of the video. But I am not going to bother you with my incessant talking for the duration or the balance of the video. I feel like I tortured you enough. So I hope you found this video useful. This is, like I said, for what you get, the armor you get, the level 8 armor. So, I mean, you can get there pretty quick in this area. And then level 7 swords. You can, I just think this is a really good quest to do as soon as you reach this area. The swords replace the steel sword destroys the Mogram sword, which was my last video, and then the silver sword absolutely destroys the Viper silver sword, which I had. So just some things to keep in mind. But anyways, I hope you guys found the video useful. I hope you are enjoying Witcher 3. And most importantly, I hope you are enjoying life. And I will see you in the next video, everybody. Stay sexy now.
So long.